Just getting going here. Gayle, you just hopped in here in the booth with us.
You should
We're
see
trying
me.
to make sure we cover our credentials just
I
for
know they
security
said, Gayle,
reasons.
do you want to take your credentials off? I go, no, we were rushing to get here on time.
All right, so we're just going to...
Hello, Dana.
Hi, Gayle.
Hi.
It's so great
glad
to
be
have
here.
you.
This was so cool when I walked in and I said, hi. And you said, Audrina, I read your name all the time. Dana, I read your name all the time.
I know. And
you
speaking
are real.
of that,
You are real people.
you are real.
We are. And you're in the toddling town that you like to say all the time.
I do like
Welcome.
to say that.
Yeah, we love that you always put a personal touch on the toss to us on our morning show to your morning show at CBS Morning. So thanks for always giving Chicago a little love on the
I
spotlight.
have great affinities, you might imagine, to this city. Because the Oprah show, we all know this, was here for 25 years. Number one, by the way, the whole time. So I used to come here a lot. So when I came, I just said to Oprah, because we were doing a promo down the street from the Ritz-Carlton, and I said, I saw your old apartment, and I just got a little choked up when I thought, because I love your city. I love your skyline. When you're coming in on the highway, the skyline is so beautiful.
Isn't it?
Daytime and nighttime, too. I just got a little lump when I came back because I hadn't been.
It's so
for a
cool. So
while.
Tony was here with us on the show a few days ago. My days are all mixed up, but a few days ago he was here with us, and we talked about the skyline. He's from Florida,
did?
so we're like,
Oh.
yeah, the coastline's great there, but there's something about the Chicago skyline.
Yours
the
in
water.
particular.
Yeah, well,
It's fantastic.
like we said, we're glad to have you. And I know you were here yesterday at the convention,
Yes.
correct? So
Dana, I'm tired today.
yeah.
I'd been up since 3:30. Listen, you guys know these early morning hours. They are tough, but I'm not bitching and moaning about it because that is what the job is. And I love the job so much. But yesterday was a really long day, and, the convention ran late. Then we had to get up early this morning. Guess what? We get to do it again.
Yay! Day 4. This is a big
Yay.
night.
I know.
But we got to talk about last night
Yes.
because your well-known bestie
Yes.
spoke. It was such a
She
surprise
killed.
here. I would say she killed.
killed.
But did you expect her to get as riled up as she did, especially because she doesn't typically go into the political realm?
or it's
and talk about
passionate.
that?
Yeah, well, you know what? I knew she was trying to stay out of it, to be honest, because she's made a point of not getting involved in politics. The last time she did it was for Barack Obama because she felt very strongly about that. Somebody said we have to wrap it up. Did somebody just say that?
Oh,
Said
no.
we have some
No.
sound from last night.
Oh. Did somebody say we have to wrap it up? I'm like, hey, we just started talking.
We're like, all right, Gayle, thanks so much. You know what? Before we expound on
Okay.
Oprah, why don't we listen to a little of what she said?
All right, Dana, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Let us choose. Let us choose truth. Let us choose honor. And let us choose joy.
Talk about being
I love
passionate.
that. I love that. To your point about did you expect her to be that passionate? Well, listen, she had been rehearsing, so I had heard it a couple times, so I knew the speech was going to be knockout. And when she was reading it, we were timing and stuff, she wasn't doing that. So I wasn't expecting it to be, I knew she'd be good. I knew she would be good, and I knew the words. And there's something about when you're in front of a crowd and you're feeding off the crowd. So I knew that she would do her Oprah thing. She doesn't know how to do anything else other than her Oprah thing.
So can I ask you, I mean, in all seriousness, do you think, you had kind of mentioned she usually tries to stay out of politics.
Yes, Dana. She was not saying, here, put me in, coach. No.
So, but there she was in, and like you said, she killed it.
Yeah.
Do you think that will resonate with not just the delegates here, but, social media and all that? It will resonate beyond the convention, and it may have an impact to folks like undecided voters or,
Well, that's a very good point. I mean, Oprah feels there's so much at stake. So do most of in fact, all the delegates down there feel that democracy is at stake. And I thought it was very interesting in her speech that Oprah specifically said, I'm talking to you, independents. She's revealed she's an independent voter because she has voted for candidates on both sides, because she votes for her values, she says, and the policies that she feels are aligned with hers. But I like that she specifically said, independents and those of you who are undecided, I really am talking to you. Because everybody who's down there has made up their mind.
Right. It's like preaching to the choir.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir. So she is making a concerted effort to reach out to people who are still trying to think, which way should I go?
Yeah.
And she's very troubled by the fact that the country is so polarized that it is, what did she say? Decency and integrity is on the ballot. That's something that really matters to her. I always say this, Oprah Winfrey does the right thing when nobody's in the room. She always does the right thing, and she's not Pollyannish. She's not a right fighter, but she has a very strong moral compass, and
Hence
she was worried about it.
Right? Like she
Hence
like
integrity.
she discussed.
Exactly right.
So another big part of the night was us finally hearing from Tim Walz. He has not spoken on this big of a stage, and I know so many people, no matter who you support or what you're doing, was really touched by some of the family moments we saw, the dad moments that we saw. What did you think about just how that felt for everyone here and at home?
Well, this is the thing about Tim Walz. I knew him because of the George Floyd case, because I'd been to Minneapolis.
Right.
So I had interviewed him a couple of times then. But had I not, I can't honestly say I would have known who was the governor of Minneapolis and Minnesota. And I think that's how most people felt. But there's something about his plain way of speaking. You can tell he's clearly very smart, that he was a coach, that he was in the National Guard, that he genuinely seems to care about this country, and that he really wants to do what he can to support her. And that's very clear. I have a friend of mine who actually is a grown-ass man who sent me a text and said, I had no idea who this guy was, but after listening to him, I want to go put on my jersey and suit up and go out there and do what I can, because that's how he makes you feel. They've been calling him like the Ted Lasso of politics. That's how he comes.
That's an interesting comparison.
That is an
isn't it?
Yeah.
Because don't we love Ted Lasso?
He is.
We love that show.
He's folksy. He's positive,
Yes.
right? I mean, that's an interesting comparison.
But there's always a real message there. He's folksy, but, don't cross him. He's also, he has a very strong moral compass, but he also, if you cross him, there is a price to pay.
Okay, so outside of what we've talked about, Oprah and, of course, Governor Walz, what has struck you convention-wise since you've literally dropped into town? Okay.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
I was blown away by Michelle Obama. Number one, she name-checked Donald Trump. I think in the past she has gone out of her way not even to say his name, because I think in her mind, he has caused so much pain to the family, the way that he questioned the legitimacy of Barack Obama's candidacy, his birthright. But the fact that she put it in such specific terms, I think just blew me away. And I was at home, in my apartment by myself. I literally jumped out of bed and started applauding, because I thought that she put things in such a perspective. And I liked the words. I like what she said and how she said it.
That was one of the most shared moments on social media, was her quote about black jobs.
Yes.
And we've seen it shared so much. And because this is such
It was her delivery too, Audrina. Yeah.
Oh, it was the delivery.
She paused, yes.
She paused, she emphasized in all the places. So just down the hall from here, we have these creator suites. There's hundreds of content creators and social media influencers. And that's been such a big part of what they've been doing this week. What do you think about that, transcending past this arena here out into people that are watching, all different ages?
But that's what we have to do these days.
Yeah.
You have to figure out a way to reach people. Somebody told me the other day, Gayle, most people aren't watching broadcast television. I said, who are those people? So you have to figure out a way to reach people where they are. That's why that is so important.
And that applies, frankly, to any party, right?
Yes.
Looking to win an
Exactly
election.
right.
Right.
When the Republicans wrapped up their convention, everybody walked out of there feeling good. The people walking out of here are feeling good. But make no mistake, this is going to be a very close race, and people have got to get out and vote.
Yeah, I think
whoever
was
you're
it Tim
for,
Walz
you gotta
that
get
said
out
the
and vote.
76-day countdown was yesterday, so 75 days now.
Yes.
I mean, such a short time to do a lot of work on this side, on the Democratic side. Gayle
And
King,
we get
thank
to
you.
cover both.
I know, isn't it amazing?
We get to cover both sides. I
It's
love
been
that.
interesting. It really has. Yeah.
It has. What a
Nice
run
to
it's
meet
been.
you guys.
You
Nice
too,
to meet
Gayle
you.
King.
Nice to face.
In person. It's
Really
so good.
nice.
Gayle King, anchor of CBS Mornings. That's always on right after
Your favorite
our
morning
show.
show.
Favorite morning
Our
show, of
favorite morning
course.
show,
We
except
do
our
love you
own.
guys.
Yeah.